When a business-critical service goes down, you need to understand why, and fast. But in today's complex IT environments, determining root cause can take hours. But with Skylar AI, ScienceLogic changes that by cutting through the noise with real-time anomaly detection to spotlight issues across applications, infrastructure, and microservices before users even notice. Let's walk through an example of how we detect a subtle issue that took down an entire service.
We'll start a troubleshooting and remediation workflow here in this corporate IT view in a second. But first, a bit of background on the example application we're monitoring and a specific error in the app that's tricky to diagnose and the dev team really cares about. The e-commerce team needs to ensure a great shopping experience for end users as they browse the catalog and add to shopping carts. But there's also a data issue. One of the product views is broken. This item can't be ordered or processed. Let's go back to the corporate IT view for this application to see how the application is performing in general, and then troubleshoot this issue. Here we're looking at a dashboard that might be used by an app owner, line of business manager, or even an executive. Let's start with the application map, which reveals all the distinct components and layers of this e-com site. And it looks like we need to focus on something happening in the product catalog service. We can see the status on that service component is red, so let's click on it and narrow the observability focus down to this service. Here we're looking at a business service view with health, availability, and risk. It combines performance, logs, events, and more for all the elements in this service. And here we see that there was a problem which began overnight and hasn't been addressed yet. We can see that everything after this point is all red. So let's go back to last night before the problem started and focus on this specific time frame. Over this time frame, you'll notice a number of different observability inputs, which help us understand what's happening. ITSM isn't reporting any maintenance changes, and there are no Skylar AI predictive alerts. But we do see notifications for AI log insights that occurred during this time frame. These are provided by Skylar AI's always-on, unsupervised analysis of application logs. Scrolling to the details section, we can see the events which correlate to this service. Some minor, some major, and a few critical. If we filter on important events, we can see that anomalous behavior has been detected. To see more detail, let's click on the Anomaly Detection tab to see the anomalies detected for all the service elements of this service. One of these items is a dim synthetic transaction monitor showing 102 anomalies over the selected time period. Let's drill into the anomaly detail view and then zoom into last night when users first started experiencing issues. Here, we're comparing real-world performance against Skylar AI's expected behavior for this synthetic test. The test is crawling the website, measuring the request results for page elements, and making sure that it's 100% functional versus the benchmarks of what is normal. And here, you'll notice that around 9 o'clock, we saw a jump in load times for views associated with the catalog service. ScienceLogic noise reduction automatically suppressed the first occurrence, but once the anomalous pattern became significant, it raised the critical anomaly event that we saw in the service view. Those are the ones that we see here in red. Rather than relying on multiple observability, monitoring, analysis, or automation tools, operators have access to integrated views for rapid understanding of complex issues and operations across the IT estate.
With ScienceLogic Skylar AI, you'll detect hard-to-spot anomalies that can disrupt your business before your customers become aware. And with real-time insights into service health, teams immediately understand the cause of issues, prioritize, and resolve them before it impacts the bottom line. Ready to see more examples of how ScienceLogic and Skylar AI keep your business services healthy and customer experiences seamless? Check out our full product video series to learn more.